Have you ever felt that invisible force holding you down, that heavy blanket of, "I'll do it later," that we call laziness? It's a feeling we all know. You have big dreams, goals you're passionate about, but when it's time to act, you find yourself scrolling, napping, or doing anything but the one thing you need to do. It feels like a battle against yourself, and honestly, it's exhausting. We're told to just be more disciplined or have more willpower. But what if I told you that laziness isn't a character flaw? What if it's not about being weak or unmotivated? What if we've been fighting the wrong enemy all along? Today, we're going to dismantle laziness, piece by piece. We're not just going to talk about tips and tricks. We're going to change the entire way you see it. By the end of this, you'll have a new framework, a new operating system for your mind that will help you break free not by fighting harder, but by understanding the real forces at play. Let's start with a radical idea. Stop relying on willpower. Willpower is like a muscle. You can train it, but it gets tired. If you spend your entire day resisting temptations and forcing yourself to do things, by the time you get to your most important task, your willpower battery is completely drained. This is why you can be productive all morning, but by 3 p.m., the couch looks like the most comfortable place on earth. So what's the alternative? Systems. Successful people don't have more willpower than you. They have better systems. A system is a pre-decided course of action that makes doing the right thing the easiest thing. It's about designing your environment and your schedule to work for you, not against you. Think of it as creating a path of least resistance that leads directly to your goals. For example, if you want to work out in the morning, don't rely on your sleepy, grumpy morning self to make a good decision. Create a system. The night before, lay out your workout clothes. Put your sneakers right by your bed. Fill your water bottle. Make the decision once when you're clear-headed, so that in the morning you just have to follow the steps. You're not deciding whether to work out. You're just putting on the clothes that are already there. If you want to write a book, create a writing system. Set a specific time and place. Every day at 8 a.m. I will sit at this desk and write for 25 minutes. It doesn't matter if you write 1 sentence or 5 pages. The system is about showing up. When the barrier to entry is low, just 25 minutes, it's much harder to say no. You're not trying to write a book, you're just trying to follow your system. And over time, those small, consistent actions build a massive monument of progress. Systems automate success. They remove the daily battle of decision-making and turn your goals into simple, repeatable habits. Now let's go deeper. Even with the best systems, sometimes you'll still feel that crippling resistance. That's because what we call laziness is often just a mask for something else. Fear. Laziness is a symptom, not the disease. The real disease is fear. Fear of failure. What if I try my best and it is still not good enough? Fear of judgment. What will people think if I put this out there and they hate it? And even fear of success. What if this actually works? My life will change and I don't know if I can handle that pressure. When faced with these fears, our brain's natural defense mechanism kicks in. It wants to protect us from potential pain and discomfort. And what's the easiest way to avoid the pain of failure or judgment? Don't start. Procrastination and distraction become our shields. We call it laziness because it's a more comfortable label than admitting we're afraid. So the next time you feel lazy, I want you to pause and ask yourself, what am I actually afraid of right now? Be honest. Write it down. Acknowledge the fear. Look it in the eye. When you name your fear, you take away its power. It goes from being this vague, overwhelming monster in the dark to something tangible, something you can actually deal with. If you're afraid of failing, ask yourself, what's the absolute worst that could happen? And how would I recover from that? Usually, the worst-case scenario is far less terrifying than the vague anxiety you've been feeling. Once you've defined the fear, you can create a plan to face it. The antidote to fear is not courage, it's action. Specifically small, manageable action. This brings us to our third and final pillar, mastering your energy. We often think of productivity in terms of time management, but energy management is far more important. You can have all the time in the world, but if you have zero energy, you'll accomplish nothing. Your energy, physical, mental, and emotional, is your most valuable currency. You have to protect it and invest it wisely. Physical energy is the foundation. Are you sleeping enough? Are you moving your body? Are you fueling it with decent food? These aren't just health tips. They are non-negotiable productivity tools. You cannot expect a high-performance output from a low-energy machine. Treat your body like the incredible asset it is. Mental energy is about focus. Our modern world is an all-out assault on our attention. Notifications, emails, social media, they are designed to fragment your focus into 1,000 tiny pieces. To do deep, meaningful work, you have to create an environment free of distractions. Put your phone in another room. Use apps to block distracting websites. Schedule specific times to check email instead of letting it interrupt you all day. A focused 60 minutes is more productive than 3 hours of distracted stop and start work. Protect your focus like it's gold, because it is. Finally, there's emotional energy. This is about your inner state. Are you constantly drained by negativity, worry, or self-criticism? These emotional states consume huge amounts of energy. Practice self-compassion. Celebrate small wins. The voice in your head should be your coach, not your critic. When you make a mistake or have an off day, don't beat yourself up. That's like trying to fix a flat tire by slashing the other 3. Acknowledge it, learn from it, and gently guide yourself back on track. Your emotional state dictates your capacity to act. A positive, energized mind is a creative and productive mind. So let's put it all together. Laziness is not who you are. It's a signal. It's a signal that you need a better system, that you're operating from a place of fear, or that your energy is depleted. Instead of fighting it, listen to it. When you feel lazy, don't say, "I'm so lazy." Instead, ask, 1. Is my system failing me? Is there a way to make this easier to start? 2. What am I afraid of? What's the real reason I'm avoiding this? 3. How is my energy? Do I need to rest, refuel, or refocus? This is a profound shift. It moves you from self-blame to problem-solving. It gives you back your power. You are not a lazy person. You are a powerful person who sometimes faces resistance. But now you have the tools to understand that resistance and move through it. Start small. Pick one area of your life where you feel stuck. Is it your health? Your career? A creative project? Now design a simple system for it. Just one. Identify the fear behind it and take one tiny step to face it. And check in with your energy. What's one thing you can do today to boost it? Maybe it's a 10-minute walk or turning off notifications for an hour. The journey out of laziness isn't a sprint. It's the gentle, consistent application of these principles. It's about building a life where motivation is not something you have to hunt for, but something that is generated automatically by your systems, your mindset, and your energy. You have everything you need to begin. The choice, as always, is yours. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content to help you build an intentional life. Let's get to work.